The next thing is in the mindset of positivity, what you're talking about today. And like I said, we need to build it. It's not going to attach to anybody. We need to build it, you know. And I wrote here, I said, it is in Surah to Ishrai, where Allah says, Fa'in nama al-yuzri yuzra, in nama al-yuzri yuzra. Definitely, after this hardship will come ease. And I think for Muslims, that should be one of the easiest ways for us to connect with resilience. That after this problem, after this turbulence, there is ease. And that's what it is. After this, I will bounce back. This too shall pass. That's a very common way people say it. I will bounce back. It is in telling yourself and reminding yourself, after this, I will bounce back. This is not the end of me. After this struggle, definitely there is ease. It is in our ability to be mindful. Resilience is in our ability to be mindful. Mindfulness is something that is thrown around very, very, very commonly. But mindfulness as relating to problems, when we are confronted with a situation, with something that seems like this is going to take me, this is so tough, we must always remember to not, first thing, do not deny the existence of your problem. Do not act like that problem is not that. No, it's not there. We can't sit on problems and expect it to go away. On the other hand, we must not exaggerate our problems. It is easy for us to exaggerate our problems. Something happens and you're like, oh my God, this is the end of it. Oh my God, how am I going to come back from this? We must always remember to be in that moderate place, neither denying the existence of our problem and carrying on like nothing happened, nor exaggerating it and acting like this is a catastrophe that I will never recover from. But we must sit with the problem, sit with it, sit with the pain, do all that you need to do that is necessary in that period to solve that problem. That is in building resilience, because problems will come, not because you attract it, but because we know that that's how life is. Life sometimes is an uphill climb. Sometimes, you're going downhill. Life sometimes is good. Life sometimes is filled with a lot of turbulence. Let's see. As adults, in our ability to communicate with emotional intelligence, our ability to communicate assertively and with clarity. And then there are times when the battle is also one to be left. We don't always say confront, sometimes avoid, because certain battles are really, really beyond you. They're not some that you can fight, and win so easily, particularly because we're a people of culture and a people of tradition, and certain things will not allow you, such as morals, values, upbringing. Even Allah has said that you must never, say a word of abuse to your parents. So certain battles are actually very difficult, but one can learn to communicate with clarity and being assertive without resorting to these things that Allah has said we should stay away from, right? And then in problem solving, recently, I think like, so my 7-year-old has a very emotional and sensitive side to her. So it's not unusual for her to come to me and say to me, oh, I feel so tired. Everything is just not making sense. I just feel so stressed. And she's just 7. And then I would just say to her, okay, maybe you need to occupy yourself. I would prefer a solution. Maybe you get a book, get a book, read something. Or sometimes I'll say, come, let's do our breathing exercises. Yes, I already started teaching her how to breathe because I breathe a lot as well. And all of us, we must learn how to breathe effectively. I do my breathing exercises all the time. And the beauty of it is that as Muslims, you can do your breathing exercises immediately after every salah. You're done with subri, sit on your mat and do a couple of cycles, plenty cycles. Zuhr, do the same. Athri, do the same. Maghrib, do the same. Isha, do the same. If you do Tahajjud, do the same. That's the funny thing. All these things are avenues for you to actually be in your own space, to meditate for a minute, to do breathing cycles without anybody disturbing you. And so we would do our breathing cycles, our breathing exercises. And in no time, I've distracted her from whatever it is. And then she will get up and she'll go and continue whatever it is that she's doing. I'm also teaching her that in life, when you get overwhelmed, breathe, because that's the only thing you can do. Sometimes the only thing we can do when something happens is to breathe, to remind yourself to keep breathing. Just breathe, because at that moment, it might just be that self-care that you need, that soothing of yourself, nothing else. There's nothing, you cannot rectify what has happened. And that's why I say we must learn to know when to stop, to sit in that problem, to just be cognizant of what is going on. And what are the things I can do whilst I'm still waiting for how to handle it? Do not deny that it's not there. And do not exaggerate that this is going to kill me. So learning to breathe is very important. Ask people, talk to someone. Those are other ways. So problem solving, ability to focus. I will tell some people, work out your problems like you're working a math and question. Solve it. What do I need to do? And then if you have another person who you can show it to, go and show it to them. See, this is the problem that I have. This is the way I'm working. These are the steps. We must learn to break down our problems. It's like having goals that are huge in front of us. You must break it down into smaller goals for you to be able to meet them.